Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at our first lesson on probability, and we're going to discuss a skill that we use for probability, which is to use certain words or terminology to describe it. And each situation will have a different way of being described, and we're going to try and use these correctly. Our first question asks us to describe whether or not these situations are true or false. So if we look at our first one, alright, for A, it is unlikely that a volcano will erupt in a large city tomorrow. And just think about any large cities you know. How many of them can you say are near a volcano at all? And what are the chances of a volcano erupting to begin with? Well, they're quite low. And unlikely suggests that it will be uncommon for it to occur or rare for it to occur. So in this case, that's true. It is unlikely that that would happen. Not impossible, but it is unlikely. There is a 1 in 6 chance of choosing a vowel from the word school. So for our vowels, we have A, E, I, O, and U. And for the word school, here are our possible letters. Now, if you see here in the school, we have 2 possible vowels out of 6 possible letters. So I could actually get 2 vowels in 6, not 1 in 6. So this is false. Alright. It's certain that February has at least 28 days, and this is of course true. Alright, let's look at D. So there is an even chance of getting heads when flipping a fair coin. Now, an even chance just means in all the outcomes of a particular experiment, each outcome has the same chance of occurring. So when we look at flipping a coin, there's only really 2 outcomes, which is heads or tails, and they both have the same chance of occurring, unless I have some kind of unfair coin or biased coin, but in this case it's a fair coin. So this is true. Both heads and tails have an even chance of occurring. Okay, choosing a blue marble from a bag with 8 blue and 2 red marbles is likely. Now, if we have 10 marbles in a bag, 8 of them are blue and only 2 of them are red, it is very likely that you will get a blue marble if you pull one out. So that is true. Okay, let's look at F. Okay, it is possible to roll a 7 on a fair 6-sided die. It is not. So all the sides of a 6-sided die go up to 6. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. There is no 7, so it's impossible. So this is false. Okay, here's one for you guys to practice. So just give it a go, give the video a pause, and then I'll solve it. Alright, now I'll solve them. Let's look at A. So when we think about rolling a number greater than 1 on a 6-sided die, we have 5 other outcomes. We have rolling a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. So it's very likely that you will roll one of these other numbers and not a 1. A 1 has a 1 in 6 chance of occurring, and everything else has a 5 in 6 chance of occurring. So rolling a number greater than 1 is likely is true. Okay, rolling a 3 and rolling a 6 are equally likely events. This is also true. Each of these outcomes has a 1 in 6 chance of occurring. There's only 1 6 on a 6-sided die, and there's only 1 3 on a 6-sided die. So if I roll, I have a 1 in 6 chance of getting each of them. Okay, rolling a number less than 1 is possible. This is false. You can't roll a number less than 1 on a 6-sided die. Okay, is D, there is an even chance of rolling an even number, and that's true. There are 3 even numbers, a a 2, a 4, and a 6, and there are 3 odd numbers, a 1, a 3, and a 5. They both have 3 outcomes of the 6. So in either case, there is an even outcome of rolling an even number and an even outcome of rolling a odd number. Alright, let's look at E. Rolling a number greater than 4 is unlikely. This is also true. So it's unlikely you'll roll a number greater than 4 simply because you have 2 of those outcomes out of 6. So 2 out of 6 is smaller or less than the alternative, which is going to be 4 out of 6. So it's more likely you're going to roll a 1 and a 4, and less likely that you're going to roll a 5 and a 6. Alright, let's look at F. Rolling a multiple of 2 is likely. True. There are 3 outcomes which are a multiple of 2, and there are 3 outcomes that are not. So it's still relatively likely that if I roll a dice, I'm going to end up with an even number. It's not unlikely because it's not an uneven chance. It's just as likely to roll an even as I am to roll an odd, and because of that, it's not unlikely that this could occur. I could roll the dice many times in a row and still find myself getting an even number. Okay, that's it for this video, so hopefully it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.